you're an entrepreneur who's been working for months, maybe years, and lately you've caught yourself wondering, why haven't I figured this out yet? What am I doing wrong? Why does it seem like everyone else is moving faster than me? Then this video is for you, because I don't think you keep giving up because you're lazy, bro, or because you don't have what it takes. I think you keep giving up because one belief that's quietly destroying your confidence. You thought it would have happened by now. You thought you put in the time, the energy, the effort, the work, and it seems like there's very little to show. And every day that it doesn't show, you start questioning yourself. You start wondering if you're behind, if you're enough, if the dream is really for you. What if that's the lie, bro? What if the timing isn't proof that you're failing? What if it's proof that you're becoming? Because you're being molded right now. By the end of this video, I want to help you see that your journey is supposed to be different. It's supposed to be a unique fucking path. I want to help you see your journey differently so you stop quitting on yourself and keep becoming the entrepreneur capable of building the dream that's been on your heart. I want to share 3 key things in this video. And the first thing is going to be, you got to stop comparing your timeline to everyone else's. That's the worst thing you want to sign yourself off. Go ahead and compare, bro. Everybody has a different mission, a different way of doing things. Why would you even want to be a replica of somebody else anyway? You know, like everybody's on a different timeline, bro. And I used to do this myself too. You know, like you're probably asking yourself, why is everyone else getting there faster than me? I remember my old mentor would say, I'm smart enough. I'm good enough. I'm right. I have this work ethic, but other people are surpassing you, quote unquote, right? At least it feels that way. And the reality, the truth of it, bro, is that comparison turns someone else's timeline into evidence that you're behind. There's a belief within you that you already feel to be true, right? That says that you're not enough, that says that you're not worthy, that says that you're a failure, whatever it says. And all you're doing is trying to confirm that with the outside circumstances. Well, this is why I'm a failure. This is why I'm a loser. It has nothing, other people's successes have nothing to do with you. When you really see it for what it is, it's you fucking yourself over because you believe X about yourself and you're finding proof outside of you to confirm that, to validate that. Right? If you believe you can't get a date because you're short, you're probably going to unconsciously go up to women that like tall guys, right? And it's going to validate your story. It's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. I can't tell you how many moments I would have in my life because I would compare, and you'd be scrolling through Instagram and you see all these people and you're like, whoa, I can do that. What's the difference? And the truth is there is no difference, right? They found their way. They stuck to their thing. They committed for a long enough time and figured it out for themselves. So it's not evidence that you're behind when other people are having successes. You're trying to validate your own limiting beliefs, your own false, debilitating stories, really, right? The second thing I want to share today, you mistake slow progress for failure, right? You're probably asking yourself, if this was meant for me, shouldn't I be further along? The ego's funny, bro. It really is, because you don't know how long it's going to take. You really don't. And you got to stick with it. I love what Eric Thomas says, the number 1 motivational speaker in the world right now. He says, you get to a point in your journey, maybe for you it's your entrepreneur journey, where life is about stamina. How long can you keep going? How long can you hold on to your dream, your vision, that business that you want to build? Because if you can hold on and have the stamina to keep going, even when shit gets hard, even when you see no or little evidence in front of you of all the work that you've been doing, maybe you've been working your ass off for years, maybe you're tired, you're exhausted, and you don't have much to show for it. You don't know when you're going to hit, bro. But you got to stay in the game. Have to keep showing up. You got to keep trying again and again and again for as long as it takes. And breaks, I always say this, breaks are different than quitting. Quitting, you don't even touch your shit again, right? You don't even touch that freaking genius idea you probably have or that dream that you've been holding. Taking a break is sometimes you need to step back, you need to reset, you need to recalibrate. There's a big difference with those two, right? So if you're asking yourself, this was meant for me, shouldn't I be further along? Here's the truth, man. Just because progress is invisible doesn't mean growth isn't happening. The deepest transformation usually happens before the biggest breakthrough. When my life fell apart at 22, And I thought that it technically was, my world was shattering all around me. I got cheated on. I was an alcoholic. Because I got cheated on, I became an alcoholic. I got a DUI. I had to put a fucking breathalyzer in my car to drive. I lost all my friends. I felt like a complete failure in life. I felt like nothing. But that pain of feeling like nothing. I remember going to sleep asking myself after partying if this was going to be the rest of my life. And I said, no. You can say no too. Whatever version of you is trying to dictate where you're going right now and you don't like it, you can tell that part, bro. You can tell yourself that you're not going to do you like that. See, if you're watching this, you know you got more potential. You know you came here to do something. You know you came here to build something. But it's always us that gets in our own way, right? I know exactly what to do to fuck myself up for the week. I know exactly how to self-sabotage myself. I don't even got to think twice. I bet you did too. But not to get too off topic with that, what I was saying is all that pain of feeling like nothing got me to the breakthrough of changing, of making one. You know what my breakthrough was? One decision that I was going to better myself. That I made that night when I was in my bed, just freaking messed up after drinking. I told myself, I'm going to learn one new thing every day to better myself, because I refused to feel this pain that I felt in that moment. I refused to feel that way about myself, because I wasn't even who deep down, my essence, that wasn't even who I really was. And that's why I love that quote by Bob Proctor: are you truly who you pretend to be? There's more in you. You're more than what you think you are, bro. And yeah, the habits mess you up. The habits set you back, right? Your beliefs about yourself set you back, but you have a chance. Every day you wake up, as cliche as that sounds, you always have a chance. So it's going to be a lot of pain before the breakthrough, before the transformation happens. It's going to seem like your whole world is collapsing around you. Again, you're going to lose friends, relationships. Maybe your business is going to come crashing down and make room for something new. That happened to me as well. You don't know. But I'm telling you, bro, the deepest transformations always happen before the biggest breakthrough. Last thing I want to share with you is that delayed results rewrite your identity. Right? Do not shoot for instant gratification. I'm telling you. Maybe you're asking yourself, maybe I don't have what it takes, right? I believe every entrepreneur asked this question at one point or another. I asked this question when I was by myself in my car at one point, when it was a tough freaking week, when I was running my personal training studio with my mentor at the time / business partner. And it was a long day. I was exhausted. I remember sitting in my car and asking this question. Because it was so fucking hard. I was so physically and mentally tired. I was working 12 to 15-hour days, driving an hour to the studio, an hour back. Oh my gosh, it was a whole thing. Only you can answer that question. If you know you got it in you. When you ask yourself that maybe I just don't have what it takes. And your answer is, you know what, I do. If you know you do, I'm talking to you, man. You got to keep going. Because you got to have that honest conversation with yourself, because the answer has to be yes. It has to be yes, that you have it in you. But here's the thing. The longer the dream takes, the easier it becomes to believe the delays says something about who you are. Delays don't say shit about who you are. Or depending, because you could even view it as how resilient you are, how powerful you are, right? Like how much stamina you have to keep going. So there can be a positive view on this. But if you view it negatively, if you keep finding, again, it's the reason why you're not going to make it. If you keep finding BS stories to solidify what you deep down refuse to accept that you believe about yourself, or, you know, these limiting beliefs again, then yeah, they're going to stop you, bro. You're going to stop you. But that's the thing. Again, it doesn't, right? It doesn't, bro. I'll end the video here. I really hope this helped you. If you're watching this, you got to keep going, bro. You got a dream, you got a vision, you got a business, you got something to build, right? Now you know the real reason you keep giving up. Let it take as long as it takes. We're not that smart. We're not that smart, but you just got to keep showing up, right? Don't let the delay stop you. However long it takes, it's perfectly fine, but you got to keep refining, keep learning, keep applying, do what you got to do to get to where you're trying to go. And if this message encouraged you today, if you're an entrepreneur who's committed to building the dream that's been on your heart, make sure you subscribe, man. Right? Every week on this channel, I help entrepreneurs overcome self-doubt, find meaning in the struggle, and become the person capable of building the life they know they're meant to live. And if this message resonated with you, I just want you to watch this next video. I'm going to put it over here. Do it tired, do it scared, just don't stop. Because this video answered why you keep giving up, and that video will show you how you keep going when you don't feel ready, when you're exhausted, and when everything in you wants to quit. I'll see you there.